faces, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be talking about a black owned perfume line. Now this is my first time hearing about them, which is Brown Girl Jane. I was introduced to them by my niece, nephew, and sister-in-law. They actually purchased me the discovery kit for Christmas, and I wanted to go ahead and just go through them, smell them, see if there's something that I may want in a bigger size. I already knew that I was probably going to create a video on this one because I really don't hear too many people talking about this fragrance line. It needs to be discussed. Like, they need to be known. So if you want to hear my thoughts and opinion on Brown Girl Jane, keep watching. The fragrance that I have on today is the Mou. The notes in it is Italian lemon, coconut water, and saddlewood. I was a little bit confused because when I sprayed this on, I'm looking at the wrong notes. And I'm like, it doesn't really look like what I thought it was. But now that I am looking at the right notes, it do smell like the notes. I do smell the lemon, which is like the top note, but then I do smell the coconut as well. It's not one of my favorite fragrances. It's very soft. I feel like it's fresh. To me, this is more like what I would consider a fresh scent. I feel like the coconut kind of makes it more like a summer vibe, but it's really not a summer vibe, if that makes sense. To be honest, like based on what I smelled so far, every single fragrance in this collection is like top tier. Like every single one of them, I'm like, okay, like I could wear this. It just depends on the time of the day. It's not anything where I'm like, oh no. Like there's certain fragrances that I be like, oh no. Okay, so the fragrance that I wore yesterday is Bahia. Now Bahia is peach nectar, golden gardenia, and tuberose. Out of the floral scents that I've tried so far, this is one of my favorites. However, it is like, let me put it like this. When you smell it, the first thing you're going to smell is gardenia. Gardenia is a floral scent that's very strong, very potent. Honestly, it's like one of those scents where you can't really, even if you add other fragrances with it, you're going to smell the gardenia. Okay, one thing you're going to do, you're going to smell the gardenia. It may not be as strong if it was just pure gardenia. I feel like the other notes, like the peach nectar and tuberose, I feel like that kind of dilutes the gardenia notes and make it a little bit softer. So far, out of the floral scents, this is my favorite. However, it looks like there's another floral scent in here that I need to try. So once I test that one out, I'll give you an update. Dare. I would have to say this fragrance here is like one of my favorites out of this set. The notes in Dare is juicy cherry, rose, damascena, and Italian leather. Oh my goodness. This smells so good. Honestly, I feel like this is like my favorite cherry scent. I know, was it last year? I believe it was last year or the year before last. When everybody was coming out with their cherry fragrances, I remember Tom Ford came out with one. Kalali came out with one. Like everybody was coming out with these cherry fragrances. And based on like all the ones that I smell like in store, I would have to say this is like, oh my goodness, this is like one of my favorites. And to be honest, so far, out of the set, I would say Dare and Bahia is like my two favorite ones, but they're completely different. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have two more to test out before I can give you my full verdict. However, this is like Dare, Chef Kiss. Now, the one that I've been wearing today is Casablanca. Casablanca is marshmallow, soft suede, and cardamom. When it comes to Casablanca, I do feel like that it's more unisex. I particularly smell the soft suede more than anything. The marshmallow do give it a little sweetness, but not as sweet for my liking. Like I would like it a little bit more sweet. I would like a little bit more marshmallow. I do feel like marshmallow is very soft in a note. Most fragrances that I have tested out with marshmallows, even if it's like a key note or a second note, you really have to spray it to smell the marshmallow. It's a really soft, sweet note. So pretty much like to wrap it up, it's not my favorite, but it's also not my least favorite. If I was to get Casablanca in a full-size bottle, I know off the bat that that's going to be like one of my layering fragrances. I would have to layer it with something else. So the fragrance that I wore today is Dust. Dust notes is toasted almond, jasmine nectar, and cedarwood. I don't know what it was, but I feel like I almost saved the best for last because this is one of my like favorite fragrances. Now don't get me wrong, this is the 5th one and I do have one more to go, so you never know, maybe that last one will knock the socks off of me. This fragrance smells so delicious. When I spray this fragrance, the first note I smell is the toasted almond. However, once it dries down, that's when I smell the other notes. Now I applied this fragrance on today earlier this morning, like around 9 o'clock. Right now 9 a.m. It actually is 9 p.m. now, so I've had it on for a full 12 hours. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. As the day go on, I would say halfway through the day, I could not smell my fragrance. I could not smell the perfume. The only way I smelled is if I actually put my arm up where I actually sprayed, then I could smell it. But throughout the day, I really couldn't smell it. The fragrance is beautiful. I would say that it is one of my top fragrances so far. However, I do have one more to go. The last fragrance that I ended up using out of the Brown Girl Jane Discovery Kit is Dawn. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened, but I must have saved the best for last, because out of all of them, this is my favorite. This is the one that I have on today. I actually wore it before, but I just wanted to wear it again just to make sure, and it is my favorite one. So let me tell you what the notes are in it. The notes is water lily, amber resin, and vanilla bourbon. This smells so delicious. This is actually right up my alley, and I feel like that it will go perfectly with the collection of fragrances, perfumes that I already have. Oh my goodness, I would say that this is number one. If I was to rank them, this is number one most definitely. This is in my top 3. I would say it's a tie between Bahia, which is the peach nectar, golden gardenia, and the tuberose. Dare, which it has the notes of juicy cherry, rose damascena, and Italian leather. Those two kind of tie, even though like they're completely different scents. I've already talked about them. They're completely different scents, but I don't know, they just, something about them. I really do love them. Alright, doll faces, if you like this type of video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you do subscribe, because I do have another discovery kit that I am testing out right now. And if you want to see my thoughts and opinions on that, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will not miss out. Thank you all for watching, and remember, you're made for more. See you next time. Bye.